17 months already? No ways, I says.
Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, wait. I literally walked in, sat down, started stream. Am I loud again? Is it doing the thing where it makes me too loud again? No, my gain's off. This is actually normal volume. Hi, how are you all doing? I can't keep defending you. You're going to have to. Or don't. I don't mind. Not that loud. Okay, cool, great, sick. Nice, very nice, very nice, very good, very good.
When I get my hands on you, Owen, when I get my hands on you /silly.
I don't want to talk to you right now. You're in the wrong place for that. Good volume, fine, good. And Ixie, thank you for the 3 months. Hyar for the 17 months. And Sylvie for the 24 months, the 2 years. Very good. Very good. I had an eye test today. I hope it went well. I went to go see some animals in a zoo. It was like a conservation rescue rehabilitate zoo. It was for a late Luan birthday present, and we got to see some snow leopards.
This might have to be my last resub after yesterday's episode.
Thank you for the 30 months, Sleepy Mercury.
/J, that episode was incredible. I
Thanks.
loved the editing, the cinematography.
I always
everything.
doubt myself.
Wonderful, amazing, no words.
The baby snow leopard. We saw the baby snow leopard today. We got there 12 o'clock, rocked up to the Snow Leopard Museum, which is the exhibit, which is on the far side. And then we waited for about 20 minutes. No snow leopard. None at all. Completely empty. Did a lap of the zoo, came back, still no snow leopard. Went to the gift shop, saw what we were going to buy later on. Came back, waited for a while. Finally, snow leopard. 3 hours later. Came out of its little hole, little den. Tiny little baby snow leopard with its mum. Very sweet. And we got to enjoy that. And then I bought Luan a snow leopard plushie, which is in the other room. I say snow leopard plushie. It's this big. So it's a pretty and then we had to haul it all the way back to Sheffield. Charming, thank you for 29 months. Yeah, I always doubt myself every episode where I'm like, the episodes have changed in style, sort of because they necessity. I just haven't had the time to do like really elaborate stuff, but I try to do like one interesting thing every episode, like one interesting shot. She should have had a bigger plushie. That was literally the biggest plushie in the store. So I don't want to hear it. I actively don't want to hear it. Here's the captions. There you go. Yeah, throwing in a Ravel art is always an easy win because that's always going to eat and it requires very little work from me and a lot of work from Ravel, so that's great. I'm saving the episode for last. Oh, yeah, don't be here then. Bye. See you later. I would say some shots are better than others. Some, I think, a little less inspired. But I try and keep it fresh and interesting. I'm trying to push the envelope every episode. And so far, I'm pleased with my performance. And it seems the analytics seem to state that people have also enjoyed it as well. So that's great. That's great. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Next episode, who knows? Who knows? I've caught whispers in the wind that Pyro and I are on the chopping block, but I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. I just don't think that we are as much of a threat as some people as other people. So I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to be fine. If anything, I think the other people need to watch out, frankly. Do you stay delusional? It's not delusion. Shay, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shay. Chat, stop the spoilers. It's going to be kind of impossible, I'll be honest, mods. I don't think... Let me put a spoiler in the title. Vampire spoilers. I don't want the mods to have to be looking at every single message. We're fighting for our lives. Stop fighting. It's okay. You can let them talk. If you don't want to see vampire spoilers, I would not recommend being here. Instead, I would recommend going and watching my episode. Stop watching the stream. Go watch the episode. I can't say I was upset. It did make me feel sick. I'll be honest. The lead up to it, the thought process of doing it, and having it actually happen made me feel a bit ill. And then every time I've watched the scene since, no matter whether I've seen it from Avid's POV or my POV, Avid was crying, as I think I will when the series ends. I was very nice to him. There's an element of... I was very nice to him. There's an element that you have to do here where, like, I have an ode of responsibility to the cast members that after I'm like, you pathetic, worthless worm, a wet rag, a loose cannon, I'm glad he's gone. I have to do the whole, like, I'm acting. Please don't think I actually hate you. I'm very impressed with your work. I want you to keep, like, being involved in the space that we're in. Can't have them being like, that was a bit intense. And then also, like, you're ending someone's series. Like, for some of us, this is our livelihood. Like, this series is paying the bills. So, like, it ain't just a matter of, like, oh, you're stopping the story. It's like, you don't get any more Vampires SMP ad revenue. So, the offset to that is that they upload first so that, like, everybody's funneled in, which is an idea that we didn't take from live series. It was pitched to us from the live series gang. They were like, can you do this? And we went, yes. So with their consent, we implemented that concept. Crystal, thank you for the 6 months. It will happen again if someone else dies. Yeah. Thank you very much, Parker the Shark, for the 7 months. I think we've opened the floodgates now. I would be surprised if not more than one person dies next session. Could be me. But obviously it needs to be Shelby. She's been coasting along far too comfortable for too long, and after she killed Avid in the episode, we can't let that slide. So I've got my eyes set. Don't worry, chat. I'll avenge Avid. Excuse what? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is when I found out about it as well. I couldn't believe it. Leave Shelby alone. Oh, what? So you want Avid dead then? You wanted Avid dead, did you? How could she? How could she? Honestly. Portal, thank you for the raid. Parker the Shark. Did I already thank you? I don't think I did. Thanks for the 7 months. I'm glad people liked the little monologue about being overlooked. I should warn you, by the way, this stream is only 1 hour long because I am so hungry. All I've had today is one sandwich. And I've got to lock in. I have to lock in. But to offset that, we're going to be productive. We're not going to be doing Minecraft, but we are going to be AFKing Minecraft in the background. So, hold on. 1.21.1 or 10, not 1, that would be bad. One moment. Okay, cool. This is where we are, and this is where we'll stay. Cool. So we're just gonna have that open in the background.
Wanna let me share my anniversary on Saturday, but here I is.
Thank you very much, Felix, for the 23 months. Somebody in my comment section said that me attacking Avid felt contrived, and it was like it was implemented just to do conflict. And I was like, you must have not been paying closer attention. Here you go. Here's Tang. They're like, that you killing Avid was totally out of the blue. And I was like, have you been watching? How have you got into episode 7 and not clocked that I was going to kill this dude? And on, thank you for 51 months. I wanted that guy dead for ages. You're just a kid. Yeah, so a lot of vampires, we had an embargo on this set on episode 7. Nobody is allowed to watch any other POV. The vampires have usually been allowed to watch other vampire POVs, and the vampires have even been allowed to watch other human POVs. Humans aren't allowed to watch any POVs. We've had an embargo on episode 7. No one is allowed to watch any, except for Avids. So we all had a watching party. And Corey, if I was in Scott's and Shelby's bad books before, them seeing me being like, it's fine, Avid, you're just a kid. And what are you going to do after this, Avid? Oh, you're going to go bury your dead partner. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Was like, now obviously they can't act on that knowledge because that would be metagaming. So we'll see what happens of that. I needed Avid, the content creator, to believe full-heartedly either two things were happening. One, Avid, let me turn on general. Hold on. One, Avid knew what was happening and was going along because of the storyline. Two, Avid didn't know what was happening, unaware of the threat that was coming. And thus it was of absolute utmost importance that we kept him in that mindset. It turns out it was the latter. He had no idea it was happening. He told me afterwards, and I tweeted about it saying that he didn't. And because of that, it was really important that he continued. Because I didn't know whether he was the kind of content creator to be like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, we get to the edge of the hole, the pit. We go, no, we need you in here. He realizes what's happening. And then he goes like, actually, I don't want to do that. I've never role played with the guy before. So I had to keep him in the dark. And the best way to keep him in the dark is to make conversation about what he's planning to do after he gets out alive. Oh, what is your plans for the future? Et cetera, et cetera. And then like doing things like, oh, if you want to go in and fight the humans, be my guest, but they're going to kill you. Apparently he's the kind of content creator to not notice. Yeah. I love the guy. I think we played it fine. I didn't think about killing Pyro until Avid was dead. The moment Avid was dead, there was like neurons connected in my brain because I was like, Pyro's on level 2. I could kill him right now. And my finger like twitched. It was like the Green Goblin mask was calling to me, do it. The Green Goblin mask, famously voiced by Emperor Palpatine, do it. If I had more thought to like mull it over and really marinate on the concept, you and Pyro cook next episode? Absolutely not. Like, I'm so sorry. It's just not going to happen. Like, I have not been in a lick of danger the entire SMP from humans or vampires, and there's nothing that the vampires could do to make that happen this time. I think the worst problem I ever found myself in the whole series was when Bloomin' Abolished Regret shoulder barged me in the face, and then I tried to lunge away and lunged directly into a berry bush, and I still got away. I haven't died once. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I completely forgot. It's gone. Yeah, I had to like yeet my pickaxe away from me because I couldn't have it on my person and my hotbar was full. This confidence is going to get you? Nah. I saw spoilers for Avid being betrayed and killed, didn't know by who before, and I didn't see you and Pyro coming. That's crazy. Abolish is really good. Danny, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome to the Juice crew. I really like that Abolish has turned himself into like an anime protagonist that is like generally feared. Like I need I need an animated scene where he like he's backlit and he like goes like, he doesn't wear glasses, but he's like, you fool. And then it's like, and like he like the camera pans quickly over me or someone and he's like behind them like says one holy word, stuns everybody. The holy word is just the Ash baby meme that Sadis, thank you for 39 months. How do you choose your cast? A lot of mulling over people in the space, checking like Twitch activity, checking YouTube activity, checking past projects, word of mouth, vouchers, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I was saying I was going to kill Pyro. If I had more time to mull it over, I might have done it. If I had done that, I would have said Pyro tried to kill Avid and I. He killed Avid and then I killed him. That's how I would have gone. And then said that to everybody. He would have been asking Dally until I said that. And there's literally no way of proving me wrong. And they can be like, we think you're lying. And I'll be like, okay. You should have done that, not bust or anything. It would have been sick. I just felt like it would have been a lot. And I think it would have propelled me too much as like the narrative focus, which it gives me the ick. I don't want to be like, this isn't about me. I don't want to be like, great, now that I've killed one of you, I'm going to aura farm and kill another one of you immediately. That would have meant no Ravelar of Pyro's past. Yoshi, thank you for the raid. Hope you're well. You can't rhyme 2,800. Something, ate some bread. Do you think you could take Pyro in a fight? It's so impossible to know because the mechanics are so different from anything that we've seen before.
Vampires
are you
talk?
filling your PvP mode?
Vampires
no.
Talk.
Thank you for the 25
Party
months.
People.
Hi. Thank you, Rex, already for the 25 months. Where did the bread come from? I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm not really in my PvP era. I actually kind of want to try and talk a bit more in my next episode. There was a very little amount of talking, and I totally get why the humans are done talking, but we're going to try. We're going to try our best. Why is your playlist literally just my playlist? I don't know. Who can say? I think I saw somebody being like, Owen thinks he's in control, like Owen thinks he's in control of the Brood or the Coven, and I cannot wait to see the moment when he realizes that that's not the case. What are you talking about? When has he ever wanted control of the Coven? Peter Tonalville, oh my gosh, thank you for the 20 gifted. That's crazy amount. Thank you so much. Sheesh. He thinks the opposite. He wants nothing to do with the Coven. He wants out. Peter Donovan, thank you so much for the 20 gifted. Was that your genuine reaction to when Drifted noticed you? Of course it was. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, I know I'm easy to overlook, but dang, come on. I'm standing by funny. Like, I genuinely had to go back and check with Drift that she wasn't ignoring me. Oh, I wanted to attack Shelby so bad on that bridge. I wanted to haymaker her so bad, but it was the end of the episode. We were literally already over time. And she was like, do you think he would like appreciate the monster you become? I was like, twitching. Oh. That was so bold of her to say that. I don't think people know when they go, and what do you think Lewis would think of this, Owen? I don't think they know how much Owen wants to like rip out their tongue when they do that. And if one more person does it, I don't think it will fly. Like I think it's lights out for the next person that says that. Which we'll see if that ends up. No, I genuinely, I think it's because of the music and the expressions that Luann made. Luann made that like sad eye expression. I said to her, like, can you do sadness? And she was like, that's a tricky one because they don't have a mouth really. But we like had a little workshop and I was like, can we try and do like this? Like a Wall-E kind of like sad at the edges kind of vibe. And she absolutely cooked because I think when Shelby goes like, you were the one that understood Avid the most. Why would you kill him? Oh, that's like the first time that I've properly role-played with Shelby. And I was like, dang, I was not familiar with your game. I didn't realize you had hands like this. My mistake. That was genuinely, I think, one of my favorite scenes and the only one that's made me like choke up while editing it. I think because like she opened with, you know, it's kind of funny because I've been really meaning to talk to you. And it's like, oh, you have? And when she said that, I was reminded to about 3 different times over the last 3 episodes where she's gone out of character. I mean, can I pull you aside to have a conversation with you today? And I've gone, yeah, absolutely. And I've just always been caught up. And then to find out that that's what she wanted to say to me. I really love your vampire skin. Thanks. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Who was your favorite Vampires SMP member? They're all wonderful. I literally cannot pick a favorite. All of them have such good stories. Schumer's Fish, thank you for the 15 months.
Been a while since I've been here. 15 months.
Thank you. 15 months though. 15 months though. Yeah, it's been an absolute joy. I don't know what's gonna happen next episode. It's gonna be really difficult for me because I fly to the States on the 15th for 2 weeks. So if I don't get killed this coming episode and it isn't the finale, I will be recording the next episode in the States, which will be really difficult for me. Favorite episode so far? I gotta have all of them out first, and then we've got to do like a watch-a-thon. How do you feel? How long do you think it will be until the next Power series? We're not doing another one for the rest of the year, so it'll be like early quarter three next year, early next year, like as early as we can do it next year. It's still recorded tomorrow. Still recorded tomorrow. Sorry, am I saying quarter 3? Quarter 1. I don't know why I said quarter 3. I think because I was thinking the first 3 months. My bad. Quarter 1. Yep, you're not getting one until August. What are we, bankers now? That's just how I work. I've always worked in quarters. I think it's a great way to work. Make sure the cast is fit for the project they're doing, so chances are you'll see them again. You will almost certainly see them again. I can't promise in what format, and I can't promise when, but we've had a great time. I'll see you in a year. I don't think you... Yeah, I'm really pleased that tomorrow I get closure on a couple of threads that have opened up. Dinner starting in 5. Thank you. Bang on time. Do you have any idea what kind of SMP you'd like to do next? We know what the next 2 to 3 SMPs. Power Creations always has the next one lined up. It's why we haven't ran cold at any point during the past like 2 years. Current code name for it, I forget what it was. It's anything that begins with a B SMP. Barony SMP. Some people have called it Booger SMP. It's not called Burger SMP. We're not allowed to call it that. Some people call it Bald SMP. Brooks SMP. B SMP. I'm a little upset that Booger SMP is sticking as much as it is. Beowulfs. Vampires SMP. Beetle SMP. What do you mean not allowed? We're not allowed to call it Burger SMP. Big fan of Booger SMP. Bumble SMP. Beowulf. Beowulf and Vampires SMP. You should do well with SMP. We'll see. We'll see. The world is our oyster now. We can do literally whatever we want. I'm selfish and don't want our pet name inside joke to become a new PAL code name. Yeah, that's why. Bop it, SMP. It will not be YouTube exclusive. Some people might make YouTube episodes out of it. I personally will not, which means I'm going to be much more on top of making... I can put the time that I would have spent into VOD cutting into making like really nice thumbnails for the VODs. So we're back to voices. It will be streamed. They'll all go on the VODs. It'll be Twitch exclusive, except it'll be on the VODs channel as well. I'm not cutting down videos anymore. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. Speaking of VODs, I'm about to not stream for 2 weeks. I'm going to queue up all the VODs before I go, including the subathon ones, if I get time. I'm going to spend tomorrow morning on it. We'll see how that goes. So much time to finish all the POVs. Last 2 hardcore streams on YouTube channel are both labeled number 87. Oh, dang. Is what I meant. I'll 2 number 87s for VODs. I like the VODs. Thanks. If you don't know that I do VODs, exclamation mark VODs. Thank you. Have fun in the States. No worries. Will we someday get bloopers? There's not many bloopers. The only bloopers are really the opening bit when we all stood in a circle. And I don't break character. There's like bits where we pause the episode and we go, that's a good spot to pause the episode. Like, let's go have a break. Let's go have a bio break. Yeah, we lock in. Yeah, we did have occasional tech issues where Abolish did like a ring of fire while it was paused. There's moments where people go like, Owen, while the episode's been paused, I've lost some hunger, so I've had to give them some chicken. And then they've eaten it and gone, I just lost more hunger. And I go, don't eat the chicken. The session's paused, so the mechanics aren't in play. So you just ate raw chicken as like a regular player because the session isn't listening for you as a vampire. And that's happened like 3 times back to back in one episode. What else? The first joke ever. Yeah, there's that bit. Everyone, okay, Owen occasionally saying no metagaming. I don't do that. I literally haven't had to tell anybody no metagaming. Was it the same person? No, different person every time. I think it was like Scott and then Pyro and then Cleo. And then there was one when I walk up to Cleo and Pearl and Cleo goes, you think you're good on 8? I've got 15. And Pearl goes, 15? 15? You did when Scott was telling Appa to kill him again to reset hunger in episode 3. I don't remember that. What was it? I've lost track now. Yeah, 15. Pearl being like, oh, 15 hearts. She then buries herself. And then, why is my brain... I can tell I'm tired and I haven't eaten much today. I then say Drift wants to talk to you. Drift jumps from over a house and lands in front of them and is wearing a Steve skin. Because that's when the Minecraft server authentication, like skin authentication servers went down. So I'm like, I'm going to give you guys some space to talk about this. And Paul and Cleo are going, and I'm like, what? And they're like, you're Steve. And Drift goes, I'm Steve? And then Cleo goes, oh, that's not you, Owen? And I'm like, no, I'm standing behind you. I'm invisible. She goes, I thought that was you because Steve just walked up and was like, Drift wants to speak to you both. And then Drift signed off to try and reconnect. And that's when we discovered that the servers had gone down for pretty much every major platform for like 3 hours. And then we played Blood on the Clock Tower. And you know what? It worked out okay. Because some of us had animations that we needed to have finished. And it gave the animators more time to do the thing that they needed to do. So phew for that, eh? It did mean that I had that frog in my throat about the conversation that I had with Pyro about killing Apo and Avid for an extra week. It was hard to sleep. Is there going to be more Blood on the Clock Tower? I believe we actually have a stream planned. I won't say when it is, but we do have another one planned. You can expect to see a lot from us. And by us, I mean the group. The Vampires group, I think, we're going to try and solidify ourselves as like a group that does stuff together after the SMP's over. I think the dynamic is strong enough that why would we not? And the audience just enjoy seeing all of us. Goodness me, it's a resounding yay. I think a couple of them I've planned that they might do Among Us. You won't catch me doing that. I won't play Among Us even if you pay me, and you guys literally do. But other things, yeah, I can see it happening. There's super good dynamics throughout the group. You will catch me at Blood on the Clock Tower. If I could have made Peak, I would have, but I already had a different stream planned. You know what I want to do? You want to try? Okay, who here has played the Assassin's Creed series?
Loving Vampires.
Crazy, thank you for the 13 months. Why for Among Us? I just don't find it fun. People either sweat it. You go like, I was doing wires and then I went to go do asteroids, and they go, vote right now. He said wires and asteroids, but you can't have those two tasks in the same rotation. It's actually physically impossible. The code will never assign you wires and asteroids. So he's out now. Everybody just hard vote Owen, trust to go. And I'm like, and I'm not saying anybody would do that on this cast. But then the alternative is just like getting marinated by somebody else, and that also just doesn't sound fun. So no, thank you. Yeah, Assassin's Creed. There's a game. Gartic Phone could be good. That'd be fun. But yeah, but Scott's Major. You can't just say yeah, but Scott's Major. That doesn't. Okay. So in Assassin's Creed, there's a game where there's a bunch of NPCs walking around, and then you're an assassin in the crowd. It's like a multiplayer version of the game. I think it was like in Revelations or Brotherhood or something. And you get given a target of another player in the lobby, and you have to like walk around and try and blend in with the crowd. Assassin's Creed 2, yes. And then if you get like behind them, you can be like and like kill them. I want to try and make that in Minecraft somehow, because they've added NPCs, the mannequins. And I don't know if they allow pathfinding, but if they do, it would be sick to just have like a bunch of mannequins just walking around a lobby. And then like you have to try and blend in. You've been watching along with the Discord Vampires event. I actually only just saw that was a category when I did that. When I got on to say like, hey, I'm live. Can you do Peak? Yeah. I have actually no idea what's happening with this Traitors game, but it seems like they've got it under wraps. In your own Discord, with what time? Look what I'm doing in the space. What time do you think I have? Why do you think I've hired community managers? Crazy Loon, I don't know if I said thanks for the 13 months, so thank you for the 13 months. Have you seen the new Peak update? I've seen a little bit of it. I know that there's like a zombie in it and a spider, but other than that, I don't know. I still thanks for the 100 bits. We just finished the first votes. Whoa. Come on and keep up. I literally cannot. If you want vampires, you're going to have to let me cook. I have to be at the stove. I can't leave this unattended or it'll burn. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday. We have obviously episode 8, which comes out the day after happens the day after I land in the States. I don't get back from the States until the 1st of December. Pinch punch first a month in advance. Mailing that one to you early. Which means that the first stream back from the States will likely be a dissection of the entire series, because we ain't getting 10 episodes. If we're getting 10 episodes, somebody's milking it. If I die on episode 8 and it's not the finale, and then there's 2 episodes after that, what are they doing? Are they having a tea party? Have they put aside their differences and they're just existing in the space? Either this episode is going to be the finale or next episode is going to be the finale, or something's gone wrong. Which means that it'll end maybe on the 23rd. So then there's like a whole week until I'll probably go live after. I'll probably go live in the week after while I'm at Luann's. I think we're planning on scorch earthing it. I think we're either going to kill everybody or turn everybody or both. Yeah, literally Owen dies and everyone's like, maybe the friends we made along the way were each other and not him. Ballroom dance would be sick. Yeah, so I'll probably go live from the States. Because frankly, I got to talk about it. But I won't be able to do like flashback. Maybe I'll like bring some of the flashback files. No, I'll wait until I'm back here to do it. I want to like dissect a flashback file. Show you guys how I do certain things. Reveal the technique. Will there be a reunion stream so we can have a therapy session? There will not be a reunion stream, but there will be something that I think is cooler. Which Patreon members are going to get fed. You'll have to wait and see, though. We're not announcing it until after the series is over. You can't say the word reunion? My bad, my bad. I don't know if we're going to be able to convince them to have a ball chat. But, hey, we'll certainly try. The Christmas episode. We'll certainly try. I have to go see you later. Bye. So I haven't actually seen any of the other stuff in any of the other episodes. I've only ever seen like little clips. I saw a clip of Scott going because it was on Twitter saying, "I'll make sure to kill them for you." Obviously, he's talking about the humans. He's not talking about Pyro. I know, and that'd be ridiculous. Come on, chat. So we're safe there. Don't worry about that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what's been happening. Yeah. You guys say as if you're talking as if you know. You don't know. You don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. There we go. Let's get you back to bed. Hey Owen, do you know if you'll do anything like the eye animations again? Oh, dearie me. Can I do it again? I can't do it for every series, surely. I'll tell you what, it would be easier with the future stuff that we've got planned because it would be fine if everybody had the same skin for the whole SMP, because then I could just say to Luann, here's every expression I want. Here's all of the skins for every cast member. Make it happen and just make one for every person. But we got people, you got blooming sausage going from level 1 to 2 in an instant, in one episode. And then you got blooming, a bunch of people constantly leveling up. So I have to keep going every time someone gets upgraded. I have to go back with my tail in between my legs to my wife and be like, I've got 4 more new concepts and skins that I need from you. But at least if we did like something else in the future where everybody had the same skin, it would be like, okay, sick. Everybody just has this one skin. I was thinking about how you wanted to make it need human blood to go up a vampire. And honestly, yeah, there's been so many changes. There's been so many changes to the mechanics. And it's been really difficult to balance the sentiment, which is, if you don't know what sentiment means, just like the reception, the like how much people like this thing from the cast. Because you've got like, initially when you died, you got set to level 1. And then we changed that. So if you died, you couldn't go back up to level 3 or 2. So you were stuck at level 1. And that was needed because people could just like stockpile 15 bottles of Crimson, get killed by a human, and then just drink, and back up to level 3 again. There's been constant tweaking about fixing stuff, and it's all been on the fly. And it's been, sometimes we've got it really good, like with the toggle turn ability. Other times we've done stuff which the cast have not been so fond of, but they've kind of just needed to believe that it's needed. The hardest part is when the humans and the vampires disagree. There was a change that we added that was pretty much unanimously liked by all humans and unanimously disliked by all vampires. At that point, what do you do as a showrunner, you know? Everybody's being super kind about it. The Cure was controversial. That was a huge one. Care to explain? I don't think I should. Tell them to deal with it. Okay, so that doesn't work because it's a one or the other situation. Because if you add a change and all the vampires dislike it and all the humans like it, and then you just go to the vampires, deal with it, you've essentially just said to however many cast members, your opinion doesn't matter to me, and I don't care if you're disliking the SMP, which is a really good way to make enemies. But likewise, you can't go to the humans and go deal with it because they've already got a losing hand. Mechanically, it's really difficult to win as a human. We're getting by, but it's a rocky road. So for example, I'll give you one example. If I could go back and change anything, I would make the vampires not lose thirst over time. Hello, Germany. Hello, yes, Quaker. I would not have the thirst kick in and deplete over time. And I would not have them lose thirst from hunger being depleted either. I would just not have them go hungry. But I would not have regen turned on for them except for blood. So the only way that you can lose blood is if you take damage. You would then drink to level up, and you wouldn't have to worry about maintaining that level of thirst as the SMP goes on. Because what the general sentiment has been is having to manage a constantly, isn't that a major buff still? I would then make it so, I would then keep it. So a change that we added is if a vampire loses a level due to thirst, so just their hunger going down, they can't go back up for the rest of the session. And the general response from the vampires was, that's really boring from a content perspective, because if I lose a level because I wasn't paying attention to my hunger bar, I've now just lost the abilities I had as a vampire to not even a fight, just to like getting hungry. And that's not interesting. So it's this really mechanically difficult thing to have to deal with. So I would keep that change of you can't go back up if you go down. But I would have it so that the bar doesn't deplete, because the bar depleting is just the Outsiders water mod that we added for a month in a different format. And so that's taught me a really valuable lesson. No one who is a content creator wants to balance a bar. Like, it's enough that you have to do it for food. So why bother adding something that is just that in a different format? It honestly seemed like being a vampire had almost no drawbacks in universe. Yeah. Which is what it should be, I feel. I would also change it so that you can't go up a level unless you drink a human's blood. Basically locking people out of level 2 and 3 unless they kill someone or they like convince them to let them drink from them. So I've got all these changes. Do I add them for the public release of the plugin, or do I keep it canonical to what people know? I don't know yet. Like, if we just change it and then we release it, what if people go like, oh, well, this isn't what Vampires was to me. Like, I liked Vampires because I wanted to play what you guys played. I don't want to play like a different version. Basically, Still Humans Power, so having to manage first adds something lore-wise. Absolutely, and that's why I added it. Mechanically, it ticking down over time has been universally disliked by all content creators. It makes sense if you're playing it like it's a mod pack, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm playing like a game and I have to manage these resources. 2 versions, that's just more work for me. I can do a couple of config flags in the config file where it's like you can control as a user at what level permadeath is enabled depending on level 1, 2, or 3. That's fine. That's just like a Boolean that I can like flick on and off on a config file. But maybe I can add it's just going to be a lot of config flags, I think, where you control how long it takes for someone to lose an entire bar's worth of thirst. You can control like whether or not they're able to go up and down after they've lost a level. Just a bunch of stuff like that. Animals are so violent that no one's falling to the curse, really. But I get... So, you say animals are so viable. If you said that to any of the other vampires in the first 3 episodes, they would... Again, universally disagree. Every episode in the feedback, I was getting, please, for the love of God, add more animals. There are 0 animals. I am so hungry. I can't even sprint. I can't even go up a level, even if I wanted to. There is nothing for us to eat. We're basically just sitting ducks if someone finds out. So, like, the cognitive, as in there was no deep thirst for human blood. That was just them not role playing. But no, I see what you mean. Yeah. So, like, the viewpoint of the vampire lifestyle changes so drastically depending on which content creator you ask. Yeah, at a certain point, Char, I think that has to come down to like the content creators needed to be more evil burger. Like, it's made for an interesting narrative. But if I could go and do it again, maybe I'd even add that every in-game Minecraft day or night that you go without drinking human blood, you lose a heart of max health. Some might argue that's trying to letterbox content creators too much, because Shelby never would have ever been able to do any of the lore that she's done if we added a mechanic where you had to drink human blood at some point. Maybe half a heart. That's just kicking that's just arbitrary number. It could be 1 heart, could be 2 hearts, could be half heart. Trying to back some things you said the other stream, but right now you're advocating the other creators, so it's all good. I'm trying to play devil's advocate for them, yes, because it's been really difficult. I'm trying to communicate how difficult it is as a showrunner. Make a vote. Yeah, which is essentially what we did for some of these things that we're adding. It's been positive. It's been universally positive. Like 95% positive. There was one thing that I proposed as a change, which was 1 out of 7 for vampires, 7 out of 7 for humans. The way it be sometimes. Adding NPCs for human blood would be great too. I think they would detract from the weight. If being a vampire feels more like a curse, then the other creators have to deal with a curse, and that's not fun. Very difficult to balance. But I've had a lot of good fun, and all of these complaints are only off the back of an enamored cast who think that the series has been incredibly fun, and frankly, how it's happened, they're totally fine. The thing is, no one's ever done anything like this. We're doing a live series with heavy lore. Yeah. So it's been a huge learning curve, and I'm happy with where we ended up. So I'm getting too hot. I need to take my jumper. Up. Oh dear. By the way, I'm posting the clip of this later on Twitter. there were 0 sound effects on Epidemic Sound for whittling wood, so I had to do it myself. If you type in wood, it's like sawing, chopping, heavy wood, construction. So I had to take out a whittling set and go like, I've got all the little like shavings all over my desk. I was doing that at 4 a.m. on Saturday, technically Sunday. Thank you much, Stevie. When was that sound used? Opening 10 seconds. Luann did like her honeycomb block, but I opened the conversation with, it's a bit worse looking in person. And she went, oh, yeah. So, good to know. Can't catch a break. All right, we only have 8 minutes left, chat. I said it was going to be a quick stream today, and I'm a man of my word. Because I've got to code some stuff. Word on the street is, and I haven't seen the reaction to it, a certain new book has been discovered by a certain cast member. And I need to make sure that it works. Ooh. That was another one. That was another thing that people were like, a little bit confused about / had differing thoughts on, where it was like, we added all the cure and stuff, and then we got to, it works. Yeah, like mechanically, I need to go test it. We added the cure, and then there was like a question in the VC afterwards, like, oh, and how do we trigger the cure so that we can like catch a vampire and cure them? And I was like, no, the vampire has to be willing. And all the humans were like, we've been working our butts off to get this cure, and we can't even force it upon a vampire. We have to like role play them into willingly doing it. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, we're doomed. There's like no way we're going to be able to do that. And I was like, I guess I could make it so that you can like force a vampire to be cured. And all the vampires in the VC went, absolutely not. I don't want to be, that's like taking away all of my creator agency to be able to like choose. And I was like, divorce takes children to the worst of places, except it's me over vampires and humans, and below me is IntelliJ, the coding IDE. So I added a new mechanic, 4 out of 3, a new one, whose stipulations and criteria are a little bit more difficult to pull off. Definitely possible, but comes with a consequence that we may see in time. Yeah, I do sometimes feel like I'm band-aiding the situation, where it's like, you're unhappy with this? Bam. There's a fix. I coded something. Oh, there's a new problem. Like, the vampires can't take part in any fight, because if they do, they'll turn everybody. I've got a solution. Toggle turn. You can now kill people and it will remove a heart of theirs. And then they'll lose a heart, but they won't turn. 1 session later, oh dear Lord, you killed them like 15 times. Everybody's on 5 hearts. The audience are being like, great, so this is the end of the series. Kind of feels a bit pathetic that all the humans only have 5 hearts. The humans are like, how are we supposed to win in this state? Okay. All the humans get a new ability, and one of them is that you get hearts back. And the vampires go, wait, all of the work that we just did to make the hearts go down have now been undone by an ability. Yeah, okay. Maybe use the ability like sparingly or something. I don't know. Maybe like, oh, it's so difficult. Oh, what am I meant to do? I can't do this. But I love them all. They're all incredible, and I wouldn't change any of them for the world. It's just like one small change will ripple down into like 5 different things being like, this is now unbalanced. And all of it is because we are content creators that are role-playing. Let's have 10 times the abilities in excess of me. No! There's so many different things. It is game balancing hell. Like, we're just like oscillating back and forth. And I'm just hoping that with each oscillation, the metronome ticks each way less and less until it zeroes out in the middle. We can only hope. And you know what the greatest part about it is? Once we've got it all perfect, we put the whole plugin in the bin and we never use it again. Because we're not doing a Vampires 2. So, phew. Thank goodness for that, eh? Oh, man. This job's so hard sometimes. Why are you question marking Apo? We're not doing a Vampires 2. Are you trying to get them to think that we are? I'm just saying it's sad that as soon as we get a plugin working, it's like never used again. Why are you biting your fist? Because I'm angry. Because of all the work that we're doing to fix it. The silver lining to this is that the Patreon members, all of the fixes I'm adding, this is how it works for every SMP. I know, and it never gets any easier.
Tier 1 subscription to the 11.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for the sub, and Icy Wolf, thank you very much for the welcome to the Juice Crew DNF, and Icy Wolf, thank you for the gifted sub. This is so fixing the tabs and frame rate in the last week of VATS too. Yes, the silver lining is the patrons get the fixes. Every scrap of work I'm doing actually matters because it makes the plugin playable for people down the line. I just need to make sure that I actually do make sure it's playable for people down the line, because a lot of this is jerry-rigged code working in the background, magic numbers and hard values. And I need to make sure that somebody who has never even heard of Java can get a plugin up and running. So lots of config values. We're going to make a tutorial, Apo and I, where we explain all the different mechanics, all that. Honestly, the testing with the betas is just the alpha test, and the real beta test is the SMP. The adjustments have felt really very neat, and I'm glad they're happening rather than not messing with anything. Obviously, the balancing is tricky, but it's felt natural. Great. As long as it feels good from the viewer's side. Because we want it to be hard for the humans, but we want there to be hope. And hope is a really hard thing to code. But we're getting there. Surely a Vampire CE to test. As a viewer, can't even tell. Great. Community edition. That's kind of what so like the beta testers are wonderful, but the beta tests will never uncover certain things that the content creators feel or find out, because it's not a streamed series. And so the beta testers are going in with a beta testing mindset. But at the end of the day, you just got to do it live sometimes to find out what's interesting. Like beta testers, feel free to say that I'm wrong. I don't think any of us ever clocked that vampires should be able to turn humans without turning them, should be able to kill humans without turning them. Didn't even touch the sides of a thought process, unless one of you suggested it and I completely missed it, in which case I'm very sorry. The beta testers are there to try and break if the users are there to, yeah. But we had different numbers. Yeah. I had the same axolotls on your shelf. This guy right here. I love this guy. Hope is hard to code. But obviously right now you're getting very tired, Owen, who's reaching the end of an SMP and is like crawling over the finish line. I literally cannot communicate to all of you enough how wonderful it's been. The smoothest process. No one's thrown their toys out of the pram. It's all just been super well received from the audience, from the testers, from the cast members, from Apo. Everything has just been really good. And I will cry when we reach the end of it. Thankfully, I won't be live, so you won't see it. From Apo. It's a joke about developing a bartender in a game. The tester inputs lots of silly values and the code passes with flying colors. A player walks into the bar and asks where the bathroom is. That's really good. Yeah. I'm taking that as good. Well, we've reached 1 hour. Let me quickly ask whether or not my wife is ready for me to have dinner. I'm a very judgmental thing sometimes. Sometimes there'll be a certain thing that Apple and I get to the end of, or like there'll be a mechanic and we'll just be in a call and we'll be like, so thoughts? And one of us will just be like, don't like it. Thankfully, I don't think that's happened yet. One moment, hold on. Luan, I could hear a man's voice in the kitchen for the longest time. I was like, who is she on the phone to? What's happening? I want to be included. And then I just walked into the kitchen. It's me. She's got me on speaker. Okay, so hold on. We need to... Maid, thank you very much for the 2 months.
Thank you so much for the content.
Wait, is it
I
me?
had such a devastating year and vampires really helped make
Was it someone else, Luan?
better. Purple heart emoji.
Thanks, man. I'm so sorry to hear that you've had a bad year, but I'm glad I can make... Yes, of course, it's you. I don't know. I didn't know, like, if you were watching, like, a Pyrocypher VOD or something. I'm just going down. Hold on. Oh, I'm... Haha! The real illness in in Hardcore Season 5 was a vampire. I'm a vampire in my Hardcore world. Whoa! Whoa, that's too many! Oops, all magma cubes. Did I just look at that Enderman? No, okay, good. Phew. Oops, all end. Oh no! Are you guys okay in there? I do look like a little bug, don't I? With the eyeliner and the helmet. Wait, no, they're cleaning up. They're cleaning up. They're so full. No, they're always hungry. They're always hungry. I should swap to this. Go on, eat up the rest of them. Get them all. Good to know the iron golems are still there. Do you pay them? Yeah, in magma cubes. I can't believe that Mojang coded frogs to eat magma cubes when in real life magma cubes would kill frogs when they eat them. Like magma cubes are poisonous to frogs on account of the fact that they're lava. We're ready to go. I'm no, yeah, okay, she's way... I'm just looking at... Look at all the fog lights I have. This is only... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, that looks incredible. All right, thank you so much, everybody. I love you too. Thank you for making food. I'll be right with you. I'm going to raid into somebody. Let's raid into... Rendog is on! Rendog is doing Hermitcraft. We love Rendog so much. All right. We didn't get any Rendog content in the episode, apart from the very beginning, because he was busy with Hermitcraft. So we will have him this coming episode. And I will specifically have him... Okay, goodbye, everybody. Bye. Here we go. Say hi to Renvi. Bye. Must have been the wind.